It's this game.
Yo, you know what's scarier?
Mm.
What's scarier than a bad remake?
Appropriate
for horror month.
How about, the only one I can think of is a bad HD remaster, like Silent Hill remaster.
No, not the DNS server.
No!
Not RE.net.
So RE3 is one of my probably 10 favorite games. I mean, I've played it since I speedrun it. Not a ton, but enough. It's clearly one of the top 5 games I've ever played because of all the
It's me and
speedrunning.
Spencer's favorite of the classic, Resident Evils, especially the PS1 trilogy. It's just, I understand why people might pick 1 or 2 over 3, but for us, the scenario design, the action, the surprising amount of puzzles, and the just so many environments, so many things to do, and Nemesis in the original game is one of the most perfectly crafted stalkers, not even just in the franchise, but in any video game ever.
Yep.
And this remake came out a year after RE2 remake, 15 months, came out in May. And this is the most disappointing, fun game ever made to me. As a game, I think this game is pretty decent. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, something like that. But as a remake, this game is abysmal. If you're a fan of RE3 at all, this game it actively slaps you in the face sometimes.
Yeah,
with callbacks, because this game isn't completely soulless in terms of completely disregarding the original source material, but there's a lot of callbacks of things that are oh yeah, remember this part? And then it's never elaborated on. They just cut the area or the feature entirely. So anyway, I don't want to complain. I do think that this game is decent. It's definitely way worse than RE2 Remake, but I guess just my point is, as a remake, if you like RE3, this game is really, really bad.
Remake should add stuff, and this one took stuff away.
Yeah. RE2 Remake wasn't the perfect remake in terms of, doing everything. They cut spiders, they cut crows, they cut the moth, they cut the, power plant area in RE2, but other than that, 85% of the game is intact. Plus, they added a bunch of stuff, the orphanage stuff, the altered Sherry and Ada portions.
Everything's way longer, too.
Everything's way longer. They redesigned things for the better in RE2 Remake. Or this game, they redesigned everything for the worse. But anyway, we're playing on Inferno. This is the meme difficulty of this game. Any game that has 5 difficulties, by the way, you always know that the last difficulty is going to be an absolute train wreck, because it's 5 difficulties. You can't perfectly balance each one. But yeah, Inferno is hardcore, but times 10. So this will not be damageless. It probably won't even be deathless, to be honest. Actually, 100% chance this won't be deathless. But yeah, it's good.
So, one zombie bite and you're dead? Or one zombie bite and you're in, danger?
So one thing that they added in this game is QTEs. You mash buttons to get out of zombie grabs. And as long as you mash fast enough, you don't die in one hit. But if you don't mash, then you die in one hit. This will not be a completely new game. I am using New Game Plus items. Just like when I did RE7, I'm not doing any infinite ammo weapons or anything that outright breaks the game. But I will be using mostly the stat modifier coins. Because especially for Inferno, with how much they mitigate your damage or how much they inflate the enemy HP pools, this game is a tedious nightmare to play on Inferno.
I literally forgot this exists.
Yeah. This, cheap 3D... this sets the stage for the entire production.
Matt Gorkas! Get out of here.
I mean, it's obvious that this game was rushed beyond belief. It was made to be released in 2020, and that's the only reason it exists.
Probably the type of Resident Evil game I would most want is literally the opening cutscene of the original Resident Evil 3, where it's just chaos in the city. I would love something like that. I guess it's kinda like, Outbreak. Kinda. Resident Evil Outbreak.
Hey, look, they were making Nemesis.
Oh!
See that.
And it's kinda like Operation Raccoon City, but just good. Is what I would like.
Yeah, and this game was made semi-in-house in Capcom and also is outsourced to 2 studios. I remember the name M2, and it was outsourced to another one. And I remember M2 actually was ex-Platinum devs, which is funny because Platinum was a splinter off of Capcom made by Hideki Kamiya and some other guys. And I guess Platinum splintered off themselves, and now the splintered company from Platinum, that was a splinter of Capcom, is now working for Capcom. It is so convoluted and so weird.
That kind of reminds me of Atari. Like, a lot of, like, people left Atari and made, people... Activision was started by people who worked at Atari. But then they would still, like, publish games, like, only on Atari and stuff like that. And you're like, okay.
Like, Hideki Kamiya's career is really weird. He obviously was a director of the original RE2. And then he did Devil May Cry and some other stuff. And then, after that, he was, like, second party to Capcom. Like, they formed their own studio called, like, Clover. And it was basically just all for Capcom. And then after that, I guess, it went south and he went completely... Remember... It's been so long since I watched these cutscenes. Remember this cutscene? So,
I don't expect remakes to be, like, a one-by-one, like, comparison. But I will say one thing. It's probably 15-20 minutes in game time for a casual run until you meet Nemesis in the first one. So just keep that in mind.
So I actually do like the idea of Jill having PTSD because of the Darkleaf Mountain mansion.
Yeah, but they barely, if I remember correctly, they barely do anything.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, basically, the second she's on the train, she's just, like, saying one-liners and she's snarky. I like Jill in this game, but this was, like, something just to start the game and then they never, ever brought it up again.
Jill's definitely waifu.
Like, she's overwhelmed by Nemesis because, I mean, she gets BTFO in this game, just like in the original game.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive.
In this game, it's nighttime when the monsters overtake the city.
What was I gonna say? Resident Evil 3 runners do a race between, like, all the top guys every year on September 28th. So that's pretty cool. It's called, like, Resident Evil 3 Day or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, cool. Bakba Soup participated in it.
Your husbando.
Nah, he's Canadian. We wouldn't work out.
He's also really weird.
Yeah, he's also very weird. Maybe that would work out, but the fact that he's Canadian, that's a no-go. Sorry, Canadians. Oh, we just lost like 1,000. We lost every sub.
Hello?
Jill, are you okay?
Brad, is that you?
Listen, you gotta get out of there.
What are you talking about?
I don't have time to explain. You gotta get out of there.
By the way, that
All right, let me
that 1990s phone. Hey, who dis?
Yeah, so Nemesis is already here. Pretty weird.
I mean, in a way, like, I don't mind it, but if you look back on it after playing the game, you're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Because the game itself is very short for a game like this. And that's kind of just how the game is. Like, it's just like, here it is, there's no setup, there's no whatever, here it is, you're just doing it.
I just think that the classic intro, where Jill is in the middle of the zombie invasion already, would be more interesting and more action-focused. I guess they wanted to focus more on Nemesis, even though
they don't.
They don't, and they scrap Nemesis like 1/3 through this game. Spoilers!
I mean, it's cool how she gets BTFO'd, and, like, the little bit when you're running around in the city here is awesome.
Yeah, if the entire game was... Like, when I played this game the first time, the first city segment, I was like, that was pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to, like, the other places. Like, 2 or 3 more city sections, then, like, a clock tower section, and, you know, like, the outdoor area section. But, no, they just don't do that. There's only one city section, then a generic sewer section. Yeah, you really needed that in an RE game.
Oh, God.
And then it's just scripted. Although I will say that the hospital section I think is pretty good.
The Carlos part?
Yeah. Even though it's unfortunate they do it as Carlos, but I mean it makes sense, but it is a cool portion.
The one thing I'll say they set up really good in this is that Nemesis don't mess around. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah, but look at this. I guess after this cutscene's done. It's very convenient that he grabbed a weapon that literally is impeding his velocity so he doesn't just outright kill Jill right now. Jill is very slowly running away. Just don't pick up that weapon, just punch her. Convenient.
I think in the original, there's really no convenience. It's just sometimes he doesn't follow certain places.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't go into like safe rooms and some other random rooms.
Well, also, if he's following you, and you put the 2 gems in to go into the other area, he doesn't follow you there. So it is kind of like arbitrary sometimes.
Yeah.
Yo, Brad is my favorite character in any game ever in this one. He does a lot.
He does a lot. We already complained about it when we were doing RE2 Remake, but the way that he changed his death just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess it was just like rushed development, I have no idea. I don't know why he dies to a random zombie, not Nemesis.
The scene where Brad is killed by Nemesis is the defining scene of RE3.
Yeah, it sets the stage, and the thing that's also cut in this game is the split-second decisions Jill has to make. That they're nowhere in this game, and they're absolutely defining of the original. I don't know, this remake is just baffling to me in so many ways. Also, this cutscene, hold up and left on the analog stick. This is even worse than the beginning of the route for RE2 Remake.
Because if you don't, do you get BTFO'd?
Yeah, especially on Inferno, they are very, very aggressive. They will lunge towards you faster than you can run away. And they lunge twice. Yeah, it's just, they're a nightmare in Inferno mode.
Oh.
Don't think about it. We're gonna make a run for it.
Come on, Jill. We know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Are we still a team?
Always.
Then do me a favor. Don't look up like I
Wait,
Go!
I think I asked this last time we played. Is it canon in RE that if you're bitten once, you become a zombie?
For the most part, yeah. Some of the weirder games, like, I know RE0 has a cutscene where Rebecca takes damage from an ape that's definitely infected by the T-virus. So, but for the most part, they don't take any damage in any cutscene, unless
Okay.
it's obviously in this game, and in the original, Jill takes a hit from Nemesis. But that's story important.
Well, I would think getting a hit is different than getting like a straight up bite and going straight into your like bloodstream.
Yeah, I mean, she gets bit by the ape in RE0. Okay, so we have to talk about perfect evades. They're very janky in this game. Didn't even matter. So, on Inferno, like I said, zombies lunge twice at you, and you can perfect evade attacks, but since zombies lunge twice, you have to do it at a very, very particular timing. Otherwise...
I just lost my daughter out there!
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter.
I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters!
Yeah, actually,
Parking garage is in.
No go!
one cool thing about this is... Well, I'll just show it.
Sir, what's your name? I can't leave you behind.
Dario Rocco. And yeah, right. You just want to steal my safe house. Your own, Missy.
Missy, would you please calm down? I'm a police officer. I'm here to help.
Oh yeah, you've been doing it.
I'd be like, certainly are dressed like a police officer.
I am using the original costume.
Oh.
Sir, this is your last
Here's the line.
No one else is coming for you.
I'm not going anywhere. Better start.
Yes!
They actually put the original line in the game, which is awesome. I never knew about this until like just a few weeks ago. Now leave me alone!
I love that.
So props to that reference. Too bad it's, I don't know. I guess Dario does not matter. But
Dario's one of those guys where he's like even less than Kendo, but people love him.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially with the recent mods, Kendo is like super loved, but RE3 fans, like, that's Dario's that for them, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I took a hit from a zombie. I just have to dodge this zombie. Otherwise, I'm going to die and have to redo everything. But I think as long as you hold back, sprint as fast as possible. Okay, lunge twice. I got past it. Cool.
I love that. It's just like, oh, well, he's not going to follow you because you press the button. Is this not what Jill wears in the normal game?
No, it's like I don't know. Her design is just kind of generic in this game. I'll switch to it for a second.
No, that's fine.
I prefer the original RE3 costume way more.
Jill's just my waifu, except for in RE5. She's weird in RE5.
Yeah, they just wanted to have a character that fell to like the antagonist, but I can't even push start.
Dude, I can't believe you beat the game already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh. Dude, the part in the original where you do the clock tower, like, I feel like the first time you play that, you're like, dude, I finally did it. And then Nemesis just literally knocks the helicopter out of the air. It's like such a great moment,
Yeah,
you know?
it's just completely absent in this game because by the time you're at the clock tower, Nemesis isn't even bipedal anymore.
Damn it! It's my turn, bitch!
QTEs.
Yeah, thankfully they...
It's like I'm actually there playing the game.
I'm trying to think. I don't think QTEs are in the rest of the game.
Really?
I don't think there's any more QTEs in any cutscene.
That's odd.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I'm 99% sure about that there's 0 QTEs, so I have no idea. This entire game feels like it was made by, like... I mean, it was made by 3 different teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say, disjointed.
This is a pretty cool imagery right
Yep.
here. Is it better than seeing Nemesis for the first time killing Brad? No. Is it worth having Carlos here? Oh, I have Carlos with the classic hair, and he looks weird, but it's funny. His design in this game is fine, but like, I don't know.
Are you saying that all the sexy ladies love him?
Yeah, they like played up like the Playboy aspect, but he's less like nerdy. It's just, I don't know. I guess Jill and Carlos have a good chemistry in this game, but I like how Carlos in the original game was a mercenary for hire, and he was very upfront with having no idea what anything is, and he's just a hired hand.
We've been bringing survivors here.
Here, where?
Dude, he's literally like John Cena.
Yeah, and like
John Cena with hair.
And in the original, you see Carlos sometimes like running away from zombies, like screaming, like he is overwhelmed by the situation too.
So this, I don't know how to explain this, but he's less Latin with this style. Like, he's very Latin when he has the beard and the other hair.
Yeah.
But he just looks like a slightly tan white guy
Yeah.
with this one. It's weird. Although he was, I don't know if you want to call him a stereotype in the first one, but whoever did the accent is, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, they just didn't care at all.
Yeah.
But I still love it. There's a lot of stereotype accents in the original.
Kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused all
We
this.
only have you, me, and Lieutenant Mikhail. And Mikhail's not good.
I will say that I think that the voice acting and characters in the remake are pretty good, except for Nikolai.
Nikolai's like...
I know Nikolai isn't a very like memorable antagonist throughout the entire series, even in original, but in this game he is a cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, Nikolai's like, if anyone watched the show 24, he's like the guy you think is the main bad guy, and then like 10 episodes in you realize it's someone else. That's Nikolai.
You didn't even think to ask fine young lady her name. She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue.
I'm perfectly fine with what they did with Mikhail, by the way. Giving him like more than just dying.
Oh
on the
yeah,
train.
he's better in this. I will. Anytime that the remake does anything better than the original, I will definitely point it out. It's just sad that there's not a whole lot of moments to actually point out as better. But Mikhail, definitely better in this game.
Right. How's that going for you?
Yeah, remember that cutscene 10 minutes ago where she had a PS PTSD attack.
Yeah.
Most of the 100,000 civilians
Oh, this is not really,
dead.
doesn't really follow to the remake, but randomizers for the original RE3 are getting hilarious to the point where, like, it randomizes every character in every cutscene. And there was one where,
We are doing
when Jill, or when they first meet and there's Mikhail and Carlos and Jill, every single one was Carlos. And it was freaking hilarious.
But we need help. My men cannot do this alone.
Yeah, RE3 randomizers are pretty cool, and you get to see ammo types that you never like actually craft. Like
Yeah.
enhanced shotgun.
Yeah. Like, I've never once, in all the times I played it, did enhanced handgun or... I think when I did the playthrough on this channel, I think I killed Nemesis every time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you did. All of
So
them.
I got the Eagle gun and the custom shotgun, but those are things I never get.
I'm actually going to get all the Nemesis drops in this.
Nice.
Which isn't necessary, but there's not many.
First things first. We need to get you geared up. Head up to the
What?
front.
Oh, I thought he was giving you something.
No.
First things... Wait, where are you going? All the foxy ladies love my accent. Yep, see ya. Can you go back to Dario?
Jill,
No.
it's me again.
Yeah, you can't go back and read his
Working
diary.
on it. So what's the plan?
The old tanks got me clearing the tracks. You might get the subway infrastructure back online.
And how do I do that?
Let's start by restoring power. I'll navigate you to the substation once you hit the main road.
Copy that. Let's do this fast.
Dude, Carlos is
Okay.
so overbearing. You literally left, and 1 second later, he's like... He's like,
Yeah, that's-
hey, it's me.
That sets the stage for the entire remake. Okay, so on Inferno, they give you these weapons. So this isn't anything to do with New Game Plus, like getting anything out of the shop. So they give you a side pack, and they actually give you the Magnum right now.
Oh, wow.
And this is not a New Game Plus thing, but as you'll see, it is extremely necessary to have this Magnum. I will be using some New Games things. So they give you 2 hip pouches, which is 4 additional spots. I'm using both of those, I don't care. And put away the knife. They nerfed the knife so hard, it's worthless in this game. So there's these stack coins, recovery, iron defense, and assault. Assault is obviously for offense. So I'll be using 2 of each of those, which is what the shop allows you to do. The reason why I have 4 of each coin is that if you give Capcom $5, they give you a duplicate of every item. But I won't do that, because that makes the game a joke. And I will be using the lockpick and bolt cutters immediately.
What's
so
the hot dogger?
It's like a knife, but it makes enemies go on fire. It's pretty worthless. Especially in this, I mean, you can't get close to zombies at all. The lockpick and bolt cutters, they give you on the first visit of Raccoon City, so it really is just to save on backtrack boredom. Alright, and I guess I didn't say this, but I'm going for S rank. There's no S plus rank, so you can use any shop item, which also includes Infinite Rocket Launcher. So S rank is kind of a joke.
What do you have to do to get S rank? What the hell? What are you supposed to do about that?
Be better than what I did. Alright, so they give you a flash grenade right here, and there's a million zombies on Inferno. Hopefully I don't die right here. We do get a first aid spray in a second, so that's nice.
I will say I legitimately enjoyed the first time going through the city and, like, finding all the different stuff. I really did. But then when I realized what the game ended up being, like, there was no reason for me to revisit it again.
Yeah, like, doing this part it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty basic. If you look at the map, there's a lot of rectangles and just generic halls, but it's like a good warm-up, and you're like, I can't wait for the rest of the game, and then the rest of the game never comes.
Ooh, high grade.
Oh, I meant to put the green herb in the box. Oh, well. At least I have that just in emergencies, but I'll probably have to throw it away.
Carlos, I've reached the main avenue. Which way do I go?
See a big transmission tower? That's a substation.
Oh, so S rank.
Oh, boy.
It's 5 saves or less, and I think it's either under 3 hours or 2.5 hours. But we will easily get underneath 2.5 hours.
Flames.
That substation, though.
Okay, so this red barrel next to here, you can kill these zombies with it, but if you save it for Nemesis, it kills Nemesis in 1 hit. So I'm going to be trying to save it.
Man, these zombies are, like, so aggressive.
Yeah, they are ridiculous, even compared to hardcore in the original RE2.
Yeah.
Oh,
What the?
I heard it, but I didn't know it was like literally right next to me. At least I didn't get hit. You can't go through the burger shop or whatever it is because of zombies barricading it on Inferno Nightmare.
This kind of stuff is just what it's what I want from a Resident Evil game. Just going around the city and, like, trying to find your way out, you know? That's all I want. It's not being difficult. Ooh.
Yeah, so you get a dot sight. We get it before we even shoot the handgun once, which is nice. The handgun is pretty satisfying in this game. I like the sound effects and like the... I got a crit, holy crap. Is it dead? Whenever there's crits in this game, and whenever it's like that big... Nice. Yeah, they shove these parasite zombies already at you. You don't see these until a lot later in the regular difficulties.
I don't even remember those things.
Yeah. Nemesis does it somehow.
Oh, so he's like friggin' Birkin.
Yeah, he like... There's a cutscene of him attaching them to the head. It's... I don't know. Pretty weird.
Switch to the Magnum, huh?
Yeah, so we're going to the room where the shotgun is, and as you can see, there is a bunch of stuff waiting for us, including
boy.
2 of the parasite zombies.
This must be the subway company's offices.
Give lockpick.
Yeah, most of these lockpick things are just for, like, shotgun shells or something. There's really no, like, super good items that you get. You don't even get, like, grenades or anything, so...
You can even go as far to say that Jill's pretty good at unlocking. You know?
Okay, when you pick up the fire hose, that parasite zombie automatically comes out. And now this is really awkward. There's 2 regular zombies, and then there's a parasite. Get away from me. Don't kill me. Okay, I'm not dead. Okay, we're not dead.
Ooh.
And luckily, there is first aid spray in here. Although I do have this green herb.
Man, I'm gonna say it again, but Jill's pretty good at unlocking.
You could say that she's the master of it.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I'm sorry, I overstepped my bounds.
I mean, she's pretty good. RE1 is true Kino. RE3 is my favorite, but RE1's the most Kino.
Alright, oh, so this is a little hard to explain, but the shotgun in this game feels a lot different than in RE2, and it just feels really kind of jerky, and I can't explain it without, like, just sounding like I'm complaining about everything, but it is very different. Especially because the shotgun she gets, is much more, like, widespread, like, the pellets spread a lot wider, so it's the complete opposite of the RE2 Remake one.
So, what you're saying is it's like, it's kind of more like a spread shot kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a spread shot, and it's really hard to decap zombies. In fact, like, limb damage has been, like, almost removed in this game. Like, it happens, but the gore is not there. Scoring it, decaps on the head, I think requires like a crit. With the shotgun, it's really weird because of how widespread it is, so it almost never happens. It's not necessarily like worse; it's just much different.
Dude, I literally want donuts now. Is that why you're mostly going for the body? Because like headshots aren't worth it or whatever?
In this game, it seems like headshots do more damage, but in general, like by the time you're going for the head, especially on I play on controller, it's just so much harder.
Yeah.
So we don't need the Magnum. Don't need this. Now, I could go out this way, but as you remember, there is 1,000 zombies out there, so we're going to go not even the long way, just the same way back.
Being a wuss. I see.
Yeah, let me just dodge 8 zombies on Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I only have the offense coins. I have no defense or recovery coins.
No, I played it literally on normal. That's what I played it on. And I died like a couple times to like each boss, so I have nothing to say on that.
We got the good luck. It's either a red herb or a green herb.
Is there any real RNG in this game? Like, besides how, like, zombies act and stuff?
No. Nothing, not even close to RE3 original.
Yeah.
Like, no rooms are ever randomized.
Okay.
And, like, even, like, in RE3 original, like, items can be in different places. Like, it's always the same amount of items, but they can be in different locations. There's nothing like that in this game.